Hi YouTube, this is TCG here with what I hope will be a rather informative video for all of you guys. But before I start, I want to give a short update for my subscribers. First of all, I promised you guys that I would have a special booster box opening once I hit 20,000 subscribers. As you can see, I'm up over 21,000 subscribers now. I'll probably hit 22,000 subscribers by the end of the week. And I've got to tell you guys, the box just won't be here before the end of the week. I did order the box, but I only ordered it yesterday because, as you can imagine, Furious Fist case, I had to make a few sacrifices. But the box has been ordered, and it is on its way here. Two really fun things about it. Well, first one isn't so fun. It's from Australia, and the person who's shipping it has listed it as taking more than 2 weeks to get from there to here. So that's a bit of a downer. But the fun thing is, the person I ordered it from on eBay is actually a fan of mine on YouTube. So that's pretty cool that I've gotten so popular to the point where even making random eBay purchases, people recognize me. So that's a little something. For those of you who are looking forward to my big 20,000 subscriber special booster box opening, that is on its way. The instant it gets here, I promise I'll record the video and upload it. It's just going to take a little while, so thanks for being so patient, and thanks for continuing to subscribe to me. It really is amazing for me to think that almost all but maybe 12 of my subscribers have come to my channel within the last 9 months or so. That's just amazing. But anyway, so today I have a very special informative video. I don't usually do informative videos. Usually when I do, they're discussions of the day, which I also need to work on. But anyway, today I will be showing you guys fake Pokemon trading cards. So yeah, I'm actually gonna start out by saying I got these as an FCBM from someone. That'll be I will be uploading the video on FCBM Friday, but please don't give them flack about it. I don't mind fake cards at all. Especially when they're free. If I were to trade for them and they're fake, then I'm very upset. Or when I buy what I think is a legit pack and they're fake cards inside, then I'm also upset. But when people just give them to me, and I honestly don't think these people knew these were fake, then that's totally fine. I'm not to say that I always accept fake cards or that I intentionally go out of my way to get them. But if I happen to get them and it's an honest mistake, then I'm okay with it. So when you see that video, please don't give them flack for it. It's just come around to help me show you guys this video. So I'm actually going to start out by showing off each card one by one, and I will start out with the one card that I don't actually have the real copy of. This is a Beedrill Holo from Rising Rivals. Well, as you can see, the entire border is holographic, which they stopped doing after the EX series days, and when they did, it was only with the Delta Species Pokemon. So if you saw a little thing there that said Delta Species, then you could expect to see gold around the border. The catch is that they only did that for rares. So if you saw, let's say, a common and it had the gold border, instantly you know that's fake. Anyway, how do I know this is fake? The biggest way to tell if a card is fake or not is, well, the biggest way is just to feel the card. If it feels a little flimsier, or like, if it feels like you could probably rub the texture off, then you know it's fake. And then just looking at the back mostly, if the colors are bleached out, you can see down here, you see how the corner doesn't really stand out very well against the rest of the card, then you know it's fake. On the front, you see how much spacing is between the 1 and the 0 in the HP? That's a big indication that it's fake. Usually they're all really nice and tight together. You can see the hollow effect is basically just a little tiny foil in the image. So it's completely... They never did that for official cards. They have never once done just random foil against the picture. There's always some sort of pattern on the foil. The older cards had Galaxy foil, which is basically little spots here and there, which was just a little extra holographic. Black and White series started the horizontal lines. XY does nice diagonal foil, but regardless, let's see. This card is actually pretty unique in that, as you can see, Pokemon actually has a little accent mark over it. If you're ever in doubt that a Pokemon card is fake, look for somewhere on the card that has Pokemon written on it and see if there's the accent mark. If there's not, that's a guarantee that it's fake. If there is, like there is on this one, then there are just many other ways to tell if it's fake or not. Let's see, nothing else really sticks out too much. The illustrator is very, very big. Everything else looks pretty close to the real card, actually. Pokepower is a little bleached out. And let's see if I can't actually maybe snip the front off. Usually you're able to do that with these cards, but this one was made exceptionally well, so... and if you're wondering, the reason they make fake cards is to make money off of them. You know, you sell them in Chinatown for $1, but it only took 50 cents to make, you're still making money. And yeah, okay, well, it's not really coming off per se, but you see how I opened it up there and just how easy it is to peel off? A real Pokemon card is not that easy. It really takes a lot. In fact, I'm going to go and get a random energy real quick, so please stay tuned while I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I told myself to get something, but I completely forgot. But anyway, so if we want to go back to comparing this, this is a lightning energy. I don't think anybody would really complain that I ripped this apart. You see, first of all, how clear the difference is between the border and the rest of the card on the back. Everything's crystal clear. Here, the colors are darkened in some places, brightened in others. This is a real energy. So... And then, if you're interested in tearing a card apart to make sure it's fake, here, let me try and show you. It's really, really hard to just tear a Pokemon card in half lengthwise like that. So I don't know if I'll even be able to. In fact, I'm just going to do this. But there, this pretty clearly illustrates this. You see right here, all the black stuff in the middle of the card? That's an extra layer of black cardboard that Pokemon puts into their cards. You see how there's one there, but there's not here? Then another, that's mainly to make the card sturdier, but it also makes it, sorry, dropped a bottle of pills or something, but it also makes it really hard to see through, so... that's another thing. If you ever wonder about a card, then hold it up to the light, see if you can see through it or not. Usually with fake foils like this one, you can't see through it. In fact, I just tried right now and I wasn't able to, but this was a fake card and that was only one out of the way. The rest of these should be pretty quick because I already showed you that one. So let's move on to this. This is a Crustle from Noble Victories. This is a real Crustle from Noble Victory, straight from my set. So they are now side by side. You can just compare them. The colors are bleached out on this. The green is more like a yellow. Let's see, the holo foil is all over the card. They've never, ever, ever done that for a Pokemon card, putting the holo foil all over the card, both in the background of the picture and on the card itself. They've only ever done that on reverse holos and only in Japan and only in very specific sets. You're just going to have to know these things if you don't really trust anything. But I happen to know quite a bit about Pokemon, so I know just exactly what that means. Anyway, so kind of hard to see, but the spacing on the damage output here is a little farther apart than it is over here. The picture is pretty much the same. The holofoil effect is very different, though. This is a reverse holo. I wish I had the real one. Another thing to note is that Crustle is an uncommon, which means it never got a holofoil print. Just a basic rule of thumb. If it's common or uncommon, it never had a holofoil print except outside of like blister promos, and then you're just going to have to know which ones did and which ones didn't. It's a little hard to keep up, but that's part of my job as being a collector, is keeping up. So let's see here. Yeah, you see how this is just like peeling apart. It's two pieces of cardboard glued to each other, basically, just ripped right off from each other. The back of this was even more worse than that one. So everything is... and plus, you see this little black speck on the bottom part of the Pokeball? That's actually part of the card. It's not a speck or anything. So if you ever see just that alone is an indication that it's a fake card. Just seeing a black speck on the bottom of a Pokeball. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the energy here, actually, and you see clearly there's no speck. So this Crustle, fake. And plus, you see me trying to peel apart the holo foil here. You see that? It's basically just a foil, like tin foil. I was trying to rip it apart there and I can't. So that's another thing. Unfortunately, if you ever decide to rip apart a holo card, and I never would in my life, a real one, then it can't rip apart. It can rip apart just as easily as any other card. This one is just unrippable. It's wrinkly, it's tinfoil, and this is the real thing. So that's Crustle. Let's move on to Bouffalant. Basically, it's identical, holo foil all over the card, gold border. They never made a holo foil of this either. Have the real one with me here. Let's see, as you can see, actually, this is pretty close. The lettering is very boldened, though. I noticed that. The HP still has that spacing problem. Actually, yeah, the entire font is bold. Then if you notice carefully, you can see the holo foil in Bouffalant's eyes. There has never, ever been a card in English or Japanese ever in the history of Pokemon where a normal holo foil like this has holo effect on the Pokemon itself. Except EX's, but that's not a card like this, is it? Same thing with the back. It's just bleached out. It feels weird. And it's pretty hard to rip. Moving on to, what's next? Purloin, same problem. You can definitely tell with the eyes. This just looks fake, doesn't it? I mean, look at the eyes. No Pokemon product would ever make the eyes so hollow that you can't even see them. Here's the real Purloin. The colors are vibrant. Again, there's never a holo foil version of this card. Actually, this card's a little different than other fakes. You can see the energy symbol up there. You see how much it contrasts between the black and the rest of the card. This one doesn't as much. So this actually contrasts a little more. The fake card. That's a little interesting. Scratch and Slash are the incorrect font. Let's see, nothing else really catches my mind. Just that the fighting and psychic symbols are very bleached out. And, well, it's just fake. And that one was also hard to rip apart. And for those of you who like, oh, but they're fake cards, I don't want you to rip them apart. They're fakes. So it's really, they are nothing but trash to me. This is a full art Zekrom from Black and White base. This is the real version. There's no holo foil effect on this. They would have been much better putting that foil on this. Holo foil effect is all over on this. It catches the light, rainbow colors all over. Among other differences, there's a yellow border here as if it was a normal Pokemon card. Never happens for a full art, ever. There's never once been a yellow border for a full art card. Back still has the same problems. It feels flimsy. It doesn't catch the light. The attacks don't really stand out very well. The outline of Zekrom itself is very, very bad. And down here, as you can see, the star on the rarity symbol actually goes down below the yellow line. Compare these two like so. You see the 114s are very, very large, so yeah. And the symbol is a little bigger as well. If in doubt, try your best to find the real thing that you know for sure is real and compare them. That's all I gotta say. Goodbye, Zekrom. And that was really easy to peel. Let's see what we got here. Let's get into some non-black and white sets, shall we? Have a Tentacruel here, and this is the real counterpart. Let's see, the energy symbol is very dark. Of course, holo foil all over, never never a holo foil, and it's the same bland holo foil that it would normally have, or that it wouldn't, that never existed, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's see, the, oh man, this is really huge. You see how there is a huge gap between the N and the D in defending? Pokemon would never make a mistake like that. Spacing words incorrectly. Let's see. Everything else looks pretty much just like a fake. The energy symbol is all wrong. I mean, compare that symbol to this symbol. You see the difference. This one's very easy to see. This one is a little dark and all over. Let's see. Bold and too much spacing for the attack damage output. Of course, like I said, it's a holo foil. They never made a flat holo foil. Like, enough for you to, you can see the camera in the reflection. And you can see me waving. There's not really, to my knowledge, there's not many Pokemon cards that you can do that with that easily. I'm sure it can be done with many, especially the XY holos, but for these older cards, no. Okay then, we got here a Gengar Prime from HS Triumphant, but this is the real deal. Again, with the Zekrom, there's holo foil all over. We got the regular yellow border over here. The Primes only ever had a silver border. Let's see what else. The Psychic symbol is too, I really don't know what to call that, tinted. HP 130, wrong font, too, I don't know, too spread out. None of these cards so far have incorrectly spelled the word Pokemon, so that's pretty interesting. And they almost never made fake cards of bad Pokemon cards, only the good ones that people would normally play with anyway. Gengar Prime never really did see much play. It got a lot of hype, but then never saw any play, kind of like the Machamp from Furious Fists. So anyway, you can just compare the two here. The colors are all wrong. You can see there's no shadow for the attack or for the energies down here for weakness and resistance. There is the tiniest bit of shadow on the real one. And the back is all bad, so bye Gengar. Let's see. And then actually these last three of these, I'll save those for last. This one is a pretty good example of what you can expect fake cards to look like. Here's the thing with this Chandelure. See the real one? Now see the fake one. And my facial recognition on my camera picked that up. Anyway, you see these lines here? That's where the holo effect should be, but there's no holo effect as you can see. So someone scanned a real holo Chandelure card and put it in here and then printed it out and forgot to add the foil. So as you can see on the real one, there is no holo effect. Now here's where I'm going to actually admit that I don't remember if they actually made a real holo version of this card or not. The one I have is a non-holo version that might be from a theme deck. I cannot remember. I'd like to say no, but in any case, this card is a fake card. If you see what should be holo in the back and there is no holo, that's a fake card. Plus, as you can see, the red is more like a pink almost compared to the real card. The red that indicates it's a fire Pokemon. And the back is all bleached out. So amazingly bleached out. And last but not least, it just peels like paper, like toilet paper. So, we're on to our last three cards. Everything about these just screams fake, and they all have the same problems. Let's look at this Grimer. The holo effect is all over. They did get the correct holo effect for the black and white series, except too much of it in the actual picture, and then it's all over the card itself. There is never, like I said, a holo effect that covers the whole card, except in extremely rare cases, like in Secret Wonders, and that was only a very small printing, and the reverse holos in Japan. And again, only in very small times. If you see a holo effect all over the card, that instantly should scream to you fake, and if it's as pronounced as this, where it's covering up the Pokemon itself as well as the background, should scream fake, and then the back is bland, it doesn't feel like a real card. You can see the psychic symbol up there acting all weird again. Yeah, everything about this just screams fake! So, same with this Amoonguss. Oh wait, I should have showed the real Grimer with that. Yeah, this is a real Grimer. That's a fake one. See the difference? Okay, thought so. Let's show the Amoonguss with a real Amoonguss. I don't have the non-holo version, just a reverse holo. They never made a holo version of this card. It's so wrong. The font for the Amoonguss itself is wrong. Let's see if I notice anything else. Well, the holo effect is exactly the same as the Grimer. So, you hear that? That is me being able to rip the foil straight off of the actual cardboard. In fact, I'm feeling the glue on the cardboard itself that they use. Look at the back. The back is, I've never seen this before. The back is actually the same foil as the front. So they basically just printed straight onto the foil itself. See how nice that is? It's kind of like some sort of girl's clothing fashion line. I don't know. But yeah, if you can peel the front right off the card, that should scream to you, fake. And then finally we got this Lapras. This is the last fake card, by the way. Sorry if it took so long, guys. But anyway, actually this is probably the most closest card that they've come to. Back is still completely wrong, but the front, aside from the holo foil effect, you could fool me. But the holo foil effect gives it away, and everything about it just screams big, fat, fake. So anyway, I hope this was an informative video for you guys. If you are ever in doubt about whether a card is fake or not, don't rip it up like I did. It could be real. It could just be an extremely rare case of something different that Pokemon did. I only knew these were fake because mostly I had the real copies, but the biggest reason is just because I know what to look for in fake cards. So if you ever have any questions about whether a card is real or not, talk to someone kind of like me, maybe someone that you know at a local league, or maybe someone that you speak to often, and just show them the card and say, is this real or not? If you trust them, then they should be able to tell you if it's real or not. If they don't know what they're talking about, then I'd say get a second opinion. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching this video. Hope you were informed, and stay tuned for more because I got some awesome stuff coming up.